Welcome back, everyone. We are here at the finals of the VGC Masters Division, and in our finals we have Matthias Suchodolski and Pascal Kiefer battling it out, and you see Matthias at your bottom of the screen, and Luis, no, it's not Luis actually, we have to correct that. That's Pascal in the upper corner of the screen.
Yeah, well, in the semifinals in which Matthias defeated Luis, we kind of saw a Kangaskhan mirror in the second game. Now Pascal is running two totally different megas in Swampert and Gengar, so this looks like he decided to go with Swampert for the first game here, and Matthias, who has two megas up his sleeve as well, went for his Salamence in this first game. Pascal, I don't think he has too many notable accomplishments at offline tournaments yet. However, at the last Arena Cup last season in Bochum, he had a very strong showing, using a very similar team. And yeah, he made it all the way to the finals, and I think he's definitely one of the main people to look out for at the next tournaments, the next Arena Cups, and potentially even nationals. So I'm very interested to seeing him play right here in the finals.
So Swampert decides to Mega Evolve and then protect itself with a very nice nickname, and so does Aegislash, hiding behind King's Shield.
And the Volt Switch goes right into Aegislash protect, so nothing really happened that turn. And yeah, except for them using their megas.
Now looking at these teams, I see that Pascal is using a different approach than most players we've seen today. What do you think about Pascal's team?
Yeah, Pascal's team is definitely very interesting as he combines two things. On the one hand, he has the offensive mode with Thunderous T, Swampert, Politoed, which is like an offensive strong rain mode. But then he also has a Perish Trap option with his Mega Gengar, a Scrafty, Politoed, and a Moongus, for example. So that's a very interesting team, and looks like in the competition today he had some great success with it. In the first turn, Matthias just used the Double Protect to scout out, in which move the Thunderous T of Pascal decided to lock itself into, as it just confirmed a Choice Scarf after it outsped the Salamence. And we do see Hyper Voice coming out right here, and Politoed going right back out again using its eject button. So that's an interesting, neat option you can use in both the rain mode to just activate the rain, and then Politoed goes out again, and you can bring in either Sweeper, either the Swampert or the Thunderous T, as well as for the Perish Trap, where obviously you, from time to time, find yourself in the situation where you need to preserve your Mega Gengar, so you can switch it out after you protected the turn before, for example, and via the eject button it comes back in. This time Pascal opted to go into his Amoonguss, which is able to soak up that Shadow Ball, but after that special defense drop it doesn't look too well for the Amoonguss anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say that Pascal pulled the double switch, but actually was a triple switch with that eject button, and now this Aegislash going into aggressive mode, getting the defense drop, the special defense drop on that Amoonguss, and now Amoonguss is threatened by that Aegislash.
Yeah, Mega Swampert, obviously with a Swift Swim ability, getting its speed doubled right here, is able to outspeed Matthias's Mega Salamence. Though, let's see now, obviously prediction plays a huge role. He could go for, say, a Waterfall into the Aegislash as well. However, if Aegislash decided to go for a King's Shield, that would be very bad for Pascal. So he definitely has to make great use out of the rain turns he has right here.
So another switch coming up with Salamence opting to protect, the double protect actually here from Matthias. So a free switch for Pascal, getting back that Amoonguss with that special defense drop, and Swampert choosing to Earthquake, which doesn't affect any of these Pokemon.
Yeah, so Pascal actually was trying to go for that Aegislash, predicting Matthias to make an over-prediction, so to speak, and leave his Aegislash in blade form. However, Matthias just goes for the very cautious play of double protecting, though Pascal, kind of improves his situation a little bit by switching into his Thunderous T, though I doubt that he has the option to KO both of Matthias's Pokemons at this point, as Aegislash is just so bulky that you need to double target it to take it out. He still has, all he needs basically in this matchup, in this turn, and I think if Pascal can make the right reads here, he might put himself into an even better position. especially after the double protect from Matthias in the previous turn. So right now he's probably not challenging the luck by trying to go for the double protect as the chance is reduced.
So Matthias opting to go for that Terrakion, getting it in for Salamence, and now Aegislash is hit by a Thunder from Thunderous.
And also the Waterfall coming out. Obviously Earthquake would have been even better.
Oh, it's a critical hit.
Yeah, I don't think the critical hit mattered too much, but yeah, Pascal made the right read here, locks himself into Thunder with his Choice Scarf, Thunderous Tea that even outspeeds that Mega Swampert. And yeah, picking up the KO here on the Aegislash, definitely something Pascal needed here to make use of his rain turns.
You have to love the animation on that Thunder attack, working 100% of the time in the rain. So Pascal making good use of his turns while the rain is still on.
Yeah, and now Melodic hits the field for Matthias. Well, I mean, you have to be in a pretty obscure position if you have to switch in a water Pokemon in a Choice Scarf Thunderous Tea that is locked into Thunder, because that is definitely going to hurt a lot. Though we already saw Terrakion has the Focus Sash in the semifinals of Matthias, so he definitely has the option here to live the turn here with Terrakion and probably go for like a Rock Slide to threaten the Thunderous, or just a close combat to hit the Swampert. Let's see, he decided to go for a Protect, and Pascal also protected his Mega Swampert as he tried to get in the Amoonguss to protect Mega Swampert in the next turn, probably with a Rage Powder. Though looking at the field position, Amoonguss itself is not really threatened by Melodic and Terrakion, so maybe he could just go for a Spore.
So the mind game's going on, as some players might have expected the obvious Thunder coming out from Thunderous. Certainly Matthias didn't, as he went into the offensive with Melodic, putting out that Icy Wind and only hitting Amoonguss.
Yeah, it was an interesting play by Matthias, going for the Icy Wind. I mean, his Terrakion definitely outspeeds the Thunderous after the -1 from Icy Wind, and as we saw that Thunderous outspeeds Swampert, he was sure that he could outspeed both of them after the Icy Wind, so yeah, good play by Matthias, but Pascal didn't fall for it, and right now we do see that Waterfall and the aforementioned Rage Powder, which is Waterfall dealing a lot of damage obviously, but with that Focus Sash, Terrakion hangs in there with 1 HP.
Rock Slide coming out, dealing, well, not too much damage here.
Yeah, probably predicting the Rage Powder. And we also do see the Icy Wind, so Pascal could have easily gone for any other attack with his Amoonguss, probably a Spore on the Melodic or a Giga Drain to pick up the Terrakion. But he decided to play it safe and go for the Rage Powder. But Matthias reads into that really nicely, going for 2 double target attacks. So yeah, Matthias is still in there, I guess. Especially as we just saw the rain is over. So right now, Terrakion definitely the fastest mon on the field. Though Amoonguss still has the potential to go for a Rage Powder and protect its partner Mega Swampert.
But it opts to go back to its owner, Amoonguss being called back by Pascal, and instead, there we go, Politoed bringing out the rain again. Certainly Swampert doesn't like to be out there in the dry weather. And first of all protects itself, and let's see which Pokemon Matthias is opting to attack. There's another Rock Slide coming out, only hitting the Politoed. Rather bulky, I must say, and another Icy Wind.
Yeah, Pascal making good use of Amoonguss's ability, Regenerator, going back out, regenerating 1/3 of its health, as Politoed comes in and gets up the rain, basically for free. It did take some damage, also the -1 speed from Icy Wind is pretty annoying, but the most important thing for him right now is that his Mega Swampert is back in the rain, getting its speed doubled, and Matthias is just running out of options. He was able to stall out the rain one time, but I doubt, or I'm not entirely sure if he can do it a second time.
Look at how bulky that Swampert looks in this animation. Awesome. Now let's see if Politoed is going to remain a little bit longer on the field. Now instead Politoed is going back and replaced here by the Amoonguss again.
Yeah, and we definitely do see that Regenerated coming in. Amoonguss basically at full health once again. And another Icy Wind coming out. I think Though, yeah, okay. I mean, Matthias could have tried to go for the Scald, for example, try to fish for the burn, but he wants to, yeah, get the speed advantage back into his favor, and then -1 from Icy Wind is able to cancel out, yeah, the Swift Swim, at least in terms of Terrakion outspeeding the Swampert, if it is at -1 speed in the rain. And once again, not too much happened this turn, so any turn where Matthias can avoid any major damage is probably a turn he likes to see. And right now Pascal is in an awkward position, having Amoonguss and Politoed out there. Those are not actually the sweepers you want to have in the rain.
Oh, and now the combination of Rock Slide and Icy Wind will be enough to knock out the Politoed. That Terrakion really is a expert in surviving with that 1 HP during the last 2 rounds. And let's see what Amoonguss will do.
Or if you do see a flinch, nope, this
it's a
time
Spore.
Gets through with a Spore onto the Melodic. So maybe right now Pascal can finally start dishing out damage, because that's what he needs to do. Though with that Scarf Thunderous and right now Melodic being put to sleep, Matthias no longer has the option to go for the Icy Wind to cancel out that speed advantage. So right now I think Pascal with Thunder, for example, could do major damage to all 3 of Matthias's Pokemon. However, Pascal decides to switch out his Swampert.
Now let's see if Terrakion can hang on 1 more turn. Amoonguss is going back, making use of that Regenerator. It's going to be here for much longer now.
And we're probably going to see an Earthquake, obviously lining up nicely with a flying typing of that Thunderous. And yep, there it is.
Here it is.
Melodic has a guaranteed turn of sleep right here, so it's not going to wake up. And Terrakion once again protects itself, and I can't believe how long that ball is still staying on the field at 1 HP.
Well, you have to wonder how it's going to survive the next round with that speed advantage on Pascal's side.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting. I think the obvious play right here is just to go for, say, a Thunder and a Waterfall, and I don't think there's too much Matthias can do to prevent this play from happening. I mean, he could try to go for a Double Protect, for example, or maybe Melodic wakes up. But that's about it, and the rain is still on the field, so let's see. Actually decides to switch out his Terrakion, so it'll live even longer. Let's see if Waterfall, if Pascal decided to do that, is able to knock out that Salamence, which gains a huge defense boost in its Mega form. And
Thunder being targeted at that Milotic.
But with the Wakenberry and that high special defense, is it able to hang on there? Oh no, a critical hit.
That might have mattered right there.
Yeah, though, as we saw, Melodic's sleep animation going off, he tried to wake up, but yeah, that was not to happen. But Pascal's Swampert also went for an Earthquake. I think that was a mistake. Honestly, I would have rather seen him go for the Waterfall here to at least do some damage to the Salamence. And right now he has his Thunderous locked into Thunder, great. But the rain is over, Politoed has already fainted, and he only has a Amoonguss in the back. Do you really want to take the chance here and hit for a 70% accurate move in the finals of the Arena Cup? I'm not too sure, so he's probably a little bit predictable right here, as we might see a switch out here from that Thunderous, or maybe he just, tries to go for it and takes the 70% chance here.
It might win him the first game of the final right here. Is he going to take that chance? And is Terrakion going to live for 1 more round?
Yeah, I'm sure Pascal is calculating the odds right now. What happens if he switches out and then Matthias goes for, I don't know, like the Hyper Voice and Rock Slide play, and he just goes for the Thunder, but he misses. So that might have been it, as long as a Terrakion hits his Rock Slide right here. We also do see a critical hit on the Swampert that maybe could have survived. And now Terrakion only has to hit the Thunderous, and Rock Slide connects, Thunderous goes down, single target. And wow, what a crazy ending to this first game. Magnificent play by Matthias in the end.
There's still the Amoonguss though.
Yeah, but with the Mega Salamence and the Aerial Aid ability, that should make short process of it. Yeah, magnificent play by Matthias, saving that Terrakion until the very last turn of the battle, basically. As we can see, the timer already close to 45 minutes, so both competitors battled their heart out. As you do see the first victory in the first game here for Matthias, but wow, what an interesting game. And after that, it's difficult to say who has the upper hand here for the upcoming 2 games.
I can't believe that this Terrakion hung on after being down to 1 HP pretty much throughout the game.
Yes.
And I certainly thought that Matthias was certainly going to lose to 2 turns into the match, but
Yeah, he
turning it
was
around.
down in Pokemon pretty quickly. Pascal had all he need. He had the rain up, but I don't really know what happened. That Milotic was on the field for so long and just throwing out icy winds after Matthias found out or calculated that the Mega Swampert is not actually so fast so that he can outspeed it with his Terrakion as long as he hit one icy wind. And then, I don't know, Pascal maybe playing a little bit too cautious, didn't want to take his chances. I think Matthias's predictions paid off most of the time. Getting the protects and so on, the icy winds off. And in the end, a nail-biting finish, but Matthias won the first game in a matchup where I was not too sure if it was possible. But I'm sure that Pascal definitely has more tricks up his sleeve, and maybe he tries to go for his Perish mode in the second game.
So certainly Matthias had the right Pokemon to stall out the rain twice, actually.
Yes.
And let's see if Matthias or Pascal choose to change their pace. Maybe Mega Gengar will make an appearance here for Pascal. We haven't seen it so far in our live stream here.
Yeah, however, Matthias also has the option of the Aegislash that we also just saw in battle. With the Ghost typing, and can obviously switch out of Mega Gengar's Shadow Tag ability. So, I guess Pascal has to think twice about bringing Mega Gengar here, especially after how well the early game went for him. I mean, he KO'd the Aegislash with the double target, and then he was up in Pokemon. But after that, he just didn't really capitalize on it too much, I think. Also losing Politoed and then being unable to set up the rain for a third time, hindered his damage output. And I'm sure Pascal is kicking himself and wondering how did I lose this game where I was probably far ahead at some point. But then again, Matthias playing a very, very strong game. And we can definitely see that both of those competitors have used their respective teams for a pretty long period of time. I think most people actually here at the Arena Cup, they wanted to test out some stuff they saw at Worlds. For example, the hype about the Mega Kangaskhan, Heatran, Landorus Core, for example. But nope, those two contenders here, they stuck to what they used in the past season, and looks like it still worked here. And we do have our leads.
And we see again that Thunder is coming out, also that Swampert, which will most likely Mega Evolve right now. Can you give me your opinion about Thunderous carrying the Thunder attack, obviously, in a Rain team, rather than having Thunderbolt on it?
Yeah, I mean, he has Volt Switch as an accurate alternative if the Rain is out, and also it helps with his switching. For example, with Shadow Tag, you can switch out Mega Gengar, Volt Switch, bring it back in the other slot, and still maintain the lock. So I think Volt Switch is also a very important move on his Thunderous. And I mean, Thunder, as long as you can keep up the rain, which he certainly can with eject button on Politoed, like he can just switch it in, then if it's hit, it will go back out, and he can just Thunder all day. So I think Thunder is a solid choice, though. Yeah, I mean, he thundered a little bit too much into protects the last game, I think.
So Swampert is going to protect, and here we see that Volt Switch coming out on Terrakion, which is taking damage right off the bat.
Nice play here. He goes for the Terrakion, breaks its Focus Sash, though Matthias, in the first game, he decided to go for a cautious play with a double protect. Right now, he attacked with both of his Pokemon. Let's see if he predicted that protect, which is obviously, pretty, not easy to read into, but most Mega Swampert tend to protect the first turn as he wants to get up the rain. And we do see the close combat actually targeting that Thunderous, but with the Volt Switch, it went into Politoed. So close combat, eject button, Politoed goes back out, and let's see what comes in. Last time, I think he brought in a Mungus in this like similar position. I mean, we had Salamence on Matthias' side, but to help the Mega Swampert. I think I want to see him bring in Thunderous at some point, but right now he has to think. Did the Aegislash go for the Shadow Ball probably? And obviously you don't want to lose too much HP, and a Mungus could regenerate those HP back.
So same Pokemon on Pascal's side, no change here.
And we do see the double target on that slot. Aegislash going for the Shadow Ball, great play on Matthias' end, and that Swampert, I mean, it protected this turn, but it could have caused so much trouble if it just went for, I don't know, the Earthquake, for example, but that did not happen. I mean, you probably don't want to Earthquake into your own Politoed, but after the eject button, he could have switched out into Thunderous, for example, go for the Earthquake, which would have knocked out the Terrakion. But by no means he's in a losing spot right now. It's still 4v4. The rain is up for him. So yeah, right now is when the clock counts for him, and Pascal has to make use of these turns.
And this is exactly what makes all the difference. If you have the balls, just like Matthias has, having 2 Pokemon weak to a ground type attack, and then on the other side, that Swampert being able to Earthquake them right away, but he didn't, predicting correctly and attacking twice and into the right slot. That's what makes a great player.
Yeah, with a close combat as well. Great sense here by Matthias. Sniffs out the protect, double target. Yeah, just great play. But right now with the Amoonguss, he could go for a Spore onto the Aegislash, for example, as status move would go through King Shield. But nope, he decides to switch out into his Thunderous, probably predicting like a protect and switch play, which just came out of Matthias. So right now he has his second major damage dealer out on the field next to Swampert, and can start hitting with strong Thunders the next turns.
And Matthias is now in stall out mode, obviously, now that the rain is up. He is protecting with King's Shield with Aegislash, and obviously Milotic does what it does best, stall out and take lots of damage.
Yeah, with the Wakenberry, I think it could easily take a Thunder from that Thunderous. And yeah, right now Pascal really has to think. I mean, Aegislash just protected, so he could easily Thunder in there. But does he want the Melodic going for, I don't know, like say the Icy Wind? And we do see the Wide Guard coming out. He did not show this in the first game.
That's the first attack move he has. Thunder coming up though, that's not protected by Wide Guard.
Thunder comes out, and let's see if Pascal read into this and went for the double target, or if Melodic falls to the Thunder, but nope, hangs on with 10 HP. And we do see the Waterfall coming out onto the Aegislash, but still, great play here on Pascal's end. And I think we're going to see the Scald, actually. He did not go for the Icy Wind.
Onto the snow, that's lots of damage there.
Obviously also boosted by the rain, but he does not get the burn, so right now Pascal must feel very great about his position.
Awesome comeback here after that first move from Matthias, and Milotic showing what it does best. It takes so much damage from that Thunder and also the Earthquake, and still hanging on with 10 HP.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to get that burn right here. I think that was probably a little bit overextending. Maybe he should have just gone for the Icy Wind so that his Pokemon in the back, maybe that Salamence, and for certain the Terrakion could outspeed the threats on Pascal's team. But nope, he did not go for that, and now he paid for it, as he was, yeah, he did not get lucky and did not get the burn. So right now, as we said before, Aegislash just went for the Wide Guard, so yeah, Thunder, easy pickup right here, gets the feint. And Milotic hangs in there, but what is it going to do against 2 mons that outspeed it, and it's only hanging in there with 10 HP.
So certainly hoping for that rain to finally settle, as Kangaskhan is coming out with its nickname Luca and Mama.
So Matthias this time around decided to go for the Kangaskhan, and I think in this particular situation it is definitely better than the Salamence. I mean, Salamence could have intimidated the Swampert, but right now Kangaskhan has the threat of Fake Out onto that choice-locked Thunderous, or it could also predict and go for the Swampert. And Pascal really has to think right now, does he really want to waste a Thunder to pick up the feint on the Milotic that only has 10 HP? I mean, if you're in Pascal's shoes, you want to dish out as much damage as possible, and 10 HP for that mighty Thunder, yeah, it's a decision you have to think twice about. So right now Matthias probably, yeah, is pressuring him with that Fake Out.
We'll most certainly see the Mega Evolution coming out from Kangaskhan, but you can see both players are taking their time for this maybe very important turn.
So here it comes.
Nice and shiny.
Baby jumps out the pouch. And no protects coming out. We do see the Fake Out onto Swampert that could have protected.
And Thunderous is staying in.
We do see the Thunder.
And
on the Melodic.
KO,
okay.
yes.
So I think Pascal just went for the safe play. In his eyes, the safe play, going for the Thunder on the Melodic and Earthquake probably, or maybe Waterfall to, yeah, Earthquake I guess, to knock out the Melodic for sure, as it protected the turn before. But now the rain is over. However, Matthias is down to his last 2 Pokemon, so, and Pascal still has his 4, so all he needs to do is basically get up the rain and make sure that he can get rid of, yeah, his opponent's Pokemon's health. Generally, Swampert would be able to do that in Rain, but yeah, Kangaskhan obviously also has access to Sucker Punch, which at this rate should be enough with the Parental Bond ability to pick up the KO on Swampert. So yeah, Pascal has to think twice about what his plan is here.
So Pascal still has a Mungus and also, of course, that Politoad in the back, and let's see what he's going to opt to go out with. Probably Politoad.
Yep, sets out the Rain again, and Thunderous, despite being locked into Thunder, it can just stay in there and attack. And let's see who he decided to target. No protects coming out from Matthias, and he went for the Kangaskhan. I think he predicted a protect from the Terrakion right here, and Rock Slide plus Return could be enough to knock out. Actually, might have been. Oh, no critical hits. Sorry, that just does so much damage, and the double edge going into the Politoad slot. So right now, Pascal has the option to switch in his Swampert and the Thunderous and be guaranteed to get off his attacks, despite both of his mons being in Sucker Punch KO range. Or he could just go into his Amoonguss and redirect the potential Sucker Punch.
And there it is.
So right now, I think as long as Matthias' Kangaskhan is not rocking a set of Fake Out and Protect with Sucker Punch, which is probably not a very good idea. Pascal should have this game in the bag, though. It really, comes down to, I don't know, maybe he could get lucky with a couple of Protects and then flinch the Swampert to oblivion. But right now, all Pascal needs to do is go for Rage Powder with his Amoonguss, redirect the potential Sucker Punch, and Thunder into the Kangaskhan.
So there's a Protect coming from Terrakion, so it's going to hang on for one more round at least. And there's the Thunder. It's going to connect with Kangaskhan, picking up that KO. Nice read there.
Yeah, also though, still a good play by Matthias. Terrakion was the only one on the field he had that could protect, so he had to hope that Pascal would make a mistake and, I don't know, Thunder into the Terrakion. So, yeah, he took his chances, but Pascal is too clever for that. Takes the KO onto that Kangaskhan and gets the victory.
Yeah, this is where you can see that we have two top-notch players getting at each other. It's the final round. It's best of 3, so this is the final game we will be seeing in this match. This game is going to determine who's going to be the first winner of our new Arena Cup season here in Germany.
Yeah, damn. I mean, I have one of the old trophies, but the new ones in all silver, they look pretty neat.
Yeah, maybe you can tell the audience just a little bit about your side, because you just jumped in here going into the coverage. Maybe you can tell us what you've accomplished so far in the VGC.
I played in 3 nationals finals actually, in 2012 back in France, in 2014 in Germany, and in 2015 in the UK, and I was able to win the last 2 of those. So I'm probably one of the one of the best results in nationals at least. I wasn't able to transfer that to worlds just yet. My best finish there was 14th place in 2014.
That's not too bad.
But I'm definitely trying to get back in action this year, and worlds in San Francisco is obviously something you don't want to miss out.
No,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty impressive track record, but as you can tell, obviously, you're much better than I am, because my biggest accomplishment in the VGC was catching a shiny Bunnelby. So that's that, but that's why we have you here. I can read the screen, but I can't read the game as good as you are. So we are jumping right into the best of 3, third match of the game. It's the final match of the day. Final game of the day. Let's see what Pascal and Matthias are bringing to the table.
Yeah, everything is on the line here, and Pascal just goes with what worked for him in the second game, didn't work for him in the first game. His Thunderous T and Swampert lead. He was a little bit too predictable in that second game, and Matthias capitalized on that, though Pascal was still able to win, and despite all that, Matthias decides to go with Kangaskhan once again as his Mega. While Salamans was able to win him the first game, he still, decides to go for the Kangaskhan here. Though I think it's not the worst choice, as with Fake Out he can stall out a turn, for example, of Rain and deal out some nice priority damage with Fake Out and Sucker Punch onto that Thunderous T that obviously doesn't have Protect. A new lead coming out for Matthias here, Kangaskhan and Terrakion. I'm interested in seeing what he has planned for this, as he was probably expecting the Thunderous T and Swampert lead, at least that's what I would imagine. So I don't know, maybe we can expect another double target, though right now the Kangaskhan obviously also threatening the fake out, so maybe Pascal decides to hard switch here, but nope.
No switch
no
outs.
switches. And this could be brutal if Matthias decided to go for the fake out and rock slide play, as that would definitely hinder Pascal's abilities to dish out damage.
Both megas coming out in the first round here for both players. There's a first protect, just like we saw in the second game.
This could be brutal.
Another
no
switch,
fake
exact
out.
same
no
game.
fake out. Nice predict here on Pascal's end, and woo,
It's almost
that was
the exact
very
same move.
risky though. That was so risky. If Matthias went for the fake out and rock slide here onto that Thunderous, it could have been game over right there. But nope, Pascal, he says no, you're not going to fake out this. This would be too obvious. Goes for the wall switch, does some nice damage, and gets in his Polytoad.
And that's like deja vu from last game. We saw the exact same move coming out from Pascal, only with the difference that he was targeting the first slot now. And here's that eject button coming from that rock slide. Let's see what Pascal is choosing right now, because it's most likely going to take a lot of damage from that Kangaskhan.
Yeah, I guess it has to be the Amoongus. If Matthias obviously decided to go for the double hit into this slot. But that's going to hurt, definitely. Even if it's the Amoongus, even though it has a regenerator. Pascal actually decides to run the Citrus Berry and not the Rocky Helmet that is very common amongst competitors. But he went for the double edge into the Protect, so nice turn one for Pascal. I think what happened right here is that Matthias went out there saying, yo, what's up? This is my Kangaskhan. I can fake out you turn one and I can basically ruin your game plan. But Pascal was like, yeah, you know what? I just do what I did the first and the second game, go for the Protect and Wall Switch play, and it worked out pretty nicely for him. Yeah, he just did it again, and Matthias did not decide to go for the double target into that Thunderous slot. He was probably predicting a switch in that slot, but I'm not really sure. Maybe he didn't want to take all that recoil damage.
For sure, there are some high-level mind games going on between those two in the finals, now that everything is on the line for them. And now we see that Mega Swampert going into the attack now, hitting that Milotic, and Terrakion getting right back at it with Rock Slide.
Yeah,
both.
Nice switch out here from Matthias, negating the damage from Waterfall almost entirely, but oh my gosh, another flinch from Rock Slide onto that Amoongus. That is so huge. Right now, we're back into a position we already had in the previous game, where Milotic is able to potentially go for the Icy Wind and lower the Swampert speed. And right now, Pascal has to think, I don't want my speed to be lowered, so he probably has to protect his Swampert. But then again, Matthias could just go for, say, a Rock Slide and Icy Wind to stack up that damage onto Amoongus. Though I still think in this particular position, Pascal has the upper hand, with just Amoongus being out there against two Pokemon can easily spore, and the only super effective attack Matthias has right now to hit the Amoongus is the Icy Wind, and that's not the strongest attack.
So Matthias has to think about how can he stall out that rain while possibly not taking too much damage. Certainly Swampert wants to do some damage, and it will do here, hitting that Focus Sash from Terrakion.
And no Protect coming out here from the Terrakion, and we do see just the Rock Slide coming out, so maybe he predicted Pascal's Swampert to go for a Protect, and he obviously wants to get that flinch on the Amoongus, but we'll see. Icy Wind comes out, lowers Swampert's speed base, as well as Amoongus, but that doesn't really matter too much. Will it flinch? Will it get off the attack? First of all, we do see the Citrus Berry.
Is it going to attack?
Oh, and it flinches once again.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that must be, yeah. So, yeah, Pascal must be feeling so bad right now, but he still has the health on his Amoongus. He still has the health on his Swampert. So, while another turn of rain went by, we did see Swampert hitting with a Waterfall onto that Terrakion, and 2 consecutive flinches. That's just so heartbreaking. But if Amoongus just decides to switch out with Regenerator, it will be at almost full HP, and then we can play the game once again. However, you don't want to run into some predicted moves here from Matthias. I don't know, like Icy Wind or maybe even a Scald on that slot to pick up that Thunderous T on a switch in. So
now let's see what Matthias is going to do with that speed advantage he just gained.
Yeah, that's true as well. Amoongus still able to go for a Rage Powder, though we do see the Protect. And now we'll see. What did Terrakion decide to do? Melodic protects itself first of all. Maybe Pascal decided to pick up the KO onto the 1 HP Terrakion. We do see the close combat going into the protect and Spore hitting the Terrakion actually. Interesting play. He could have gone for a Giga Drain, for example, to just knock it out, but he wanted to put it to sleep. Because right now, Terrakion has a guaranteed turn of sleep and it can protect that turn. And also no free switch in for example, Matthias's Kangaskhan that could have threatened him with Fake Out and so on. So nice play here on Pascal's end. Yeah, while he didn't do any damage that turn, he got off that very important sleep. And right now I think he's in an even better position than he was in the second game, which he won. So I think he could just switch out, for example, his Amoonguss into Thunderous and Earthquake, or he could also just go for another Spore onto the Melodic, because there's not really anything Matthias can do about it right now with Terrakion being put to sleep. So no Rock Slide, and I think Pascal, despite those 2 flinches, is still in a very decent position.
Let's see if he is trying to save that Terrakion. First of all, Swampert is going to switch out. That means Terrakion is going to remain on the field here, as Thunderous is making its second appearance after Volt switching out in the first round. And now here comes the Scald, probably going into the Thunderous. Yes, it does, picking up the burn at the same time.
Gets the burn, and that did so much damage. And Amoonguss just goes for the second Spore, second Pokemon being put to sleep. But right now, Terrakion already wasted its first turn of sleep, so it could wake up right here. Let's see what both of these competitors decide to do. I think the safest play for Pascal right here is probably to go for a Giga Drain. Maybe I think he wants to switch out his Amoonguss, go into Politoed, set up the Rain again, and then go for a Wall Switch on either the Melodic or the Terrakion. Though right now he also has to like predict the luck a little bit. I mean, if Terrakion wakes up here and goes for Protect, and Pascal goes for the Wall Switch in it, for example, then that would mean Pascal loses another turn. So maybe he wants to play it safe and Wall Switch the Melodic slot, which is guaranteed to not protect this turn. And we do see Rotom Heat making its first appearance in this final set. Generally not a Pokemon you want to bring into the Rain matchup, though with those pesky Thunders we saw in the previous games, he felt like he needed something that could take those, and whoa, we do see that is so bulky. Despite the Wall Switch being a critical hit, Rotom takes it like a champ. Actually, it took quite some damage, but yeah, it was a critical hit. So interesting switch up here by Matthias, and that's the plan. He wanted to give his all for winning this finals of the Arena Cup, and we do see Terrakion still asleep.
And this might be very important, as we know Melodic is also asleep, so Matthias at a distinct disadvantage right now, facing 2 Pokemon ready to attack, while he only has Rotom Wash in the rain, Rotom Heat in the rain.
Yeah, also important to note that Pascal immediately wanted his Thunderous out of the field again, as with that burn, the damage would add up constantly, and he definitely cannot afford to lose his Thunderous. I mean, he needs it to, for example, still get rid of the Melodic. While it's being put to sleep, Swampert doesn't do too much damage, and he can just Earthquake when his Thunderous would be gone. But right now we do see the Waterfall, no Protect coming out from the Rotom, so he probably predicted, he predicted Pascal to pick up the KO onto the Terrakion, which is still asleep, so Politoed can easily pick up that KO with a Scald, so unfortunate for Matthias, though we have to add that he got lucky with the flinches before. So yeah, now the luck is in Pascal's favor, and he was able to pick up 2 Mons in that one turn, and yeah, it's definitely very close to taking home the Arena Cup in Würzburg right now.
Yeah, so a double KO coming from that Politoed and Swampert X, and Mega Swampert, of course, and Mega Kangaskhan, obviously threatening to deal a lot of damage, but it's also going to be a lot of recoil damage. As you know, he opted to not go with the return attack, and Melodic going to sleep for another turn.
Yeah, and Pascal just wants to play it very safe right here. I think he's switching in the Amoonguss so he can redirect any attack that would come in Swampert's way the next turn. Yes, just goes for the Protect, and let's see what Matthias decided to do. He needs to make some plays, but he went for the Fake Out onto the Protect. Melodic still asleep, so
Pascal just reading this game like a book.
Yeah, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything Matthias can do at this point. Rage Powder to draw away the attention from the Swampert, and then Waterfall to pick up the KO onto that Kangaskhan should be enough to seal up this the third game actually in this series. And yep, gets the KO in the rain boosted stab Waterfall. very powerful. Melodic wakes up, goes for the scald, but even in the rain, that won't do too much to the Amoongus. Even if it got a burn, doesn't matter too much. Wow, what a great finals! And even though this is 1v4 right now, from Matthias's point of view, it was still close until the very end. So yeah, great plays, great game from both of these competitors. And Pascal takes home the Arena Cup in Würzburg. So yeah, congratulations to him. I think his first major tournament victory. Yeah, he's a very nice guy, and yeah, very happy for him to see him at the top here. Also, Matthias, obviously being a 3-time Worlds competitor at this point, yeah, he has definitely accomplished a lot of great finishes in tournaments. I know him, so I'm sure he'll be a little bit upset about his second place here, but he actually decided to come here last second. After Worlds, I mean, he barely missed out the top 16 there with a 17th place, so missed the prizing. So yeah, he said like, yeah, like I'm done a little bit with this game, but now he comes back with the same team to the Arena Cup in Würzburg. What a story, and takes home the second place. So also congratulations to him. Yeah, well played on both ends, and yeah, what a final.
Absolutely. So congratulations to both players. Pascal and Matthias played very well to make it here at the top, to the top two. Over 100 competitors tried to make it to this final table, to this featured match. Only you two were able to make it, and as you heard, the crowd was cheering. They liked what they saw.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, how can you not? I mean, Mega Swampert in the finals, great stuff. And yeah, Pascal really made it work. As I said, even in the last Arena Cup in Bochum, he used a very similar team, did very great there, and I heard some people outside earlier that they were also really shocked by his parish trapping abilities. So yeah, while we didn't see that mode here in the finals, it was also something that is pretty creative and yeah, very well deserved victory, I would say.
This is exactly what makes VGC so enjoyable for everyone, that even after 2 years of the same format, there are always new strategies coming out, even here at the new Arena Cup. As we already noticed in the morning, there will be a new Arena Cup coming up, and that's going to be at the end of November in Berlin. So if you liked what you saw, make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on the action when we come back in November. And best for you would be to just come and visit us in Berlin, check out all the details to make sure that you attend as well.
Yep, I can definitely recommend going to the Arena Cups. It's always a lot of fun, great organization and great games. And maybe next time you're on the big stage playing for
with my Shiner
those
Bunny
trophies.
Yeah, I will battle you in the finals. So if
okay,
anyone
great.
wants to see exactly that happen, you don't have to watch the Arena Cup in Berlin. That's never going to happen. But anyway, it was a pleasure working together with you, Marcus.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hope to see you soon in Berlin. And thanks everyone for watching. See you soon.
It's been a long time. I got you on my mind.